iNews now has exclusive new information of what allegedly led to the death of the 4-month-old baby boy of Justice Lange in Stutsman County, North Dakota, earlier this month. We've obtained a transcript of the oral probable cause hearing, which for the first time will publicly lay out what allegedly happened. 25-year-old Justice Lange of Carrington has been charged with manslaughter and child neglect after her 4-month-old baby boy was found deceased in some reeds along the slough near Woodworth, North Dakota, about 27 miles northwest of Jamestown. Judge J. Schmidt, State's Attorney Fritz Fremgen, and Detective Jason Falk were at the probable cause hearing. The transcript from that hearing, which determined the charges, says in part, this is Detective Falk speaking, on June 28, 2018, our office took a report of a missing person, child endangerment type situation. The father of this child called and reported that his girlfriend, the mother of the child, had taken off in a vehicle that she didn't own, a vehicle he was buying. The court says, is that person Justice Lange? Detective Falk responds, yes. The court, okay. Detective Falk again. He reported that she's a meth addict and she took off with the kid and felt that she was off using drugs and in hiding. He informed us that she was wanted, which we confirmed she had numerous warrants for. So a bolo was sent out for a welfare check, and I believe Carrington PD listed the vehicle as stolen. And that was basically all we knew, other than he did say that she was she had contacted him and said she was in the Woodworth area, but he felt that she was with somebody or that she was just basically in hiding from him with the child, and they were kind of fighting. On July 6, Detective Falk says they took a report of an individual driving down a gravel road, which would be south of the Woodworth, the southeast of Woodworth in Stutsman County, of a woman walking. Found walking along the road barefoot, wearing only a tank top and bra. And he came upon her and picked her up. He knew it was Justice Lange. Justice Lange, the guy knew Justice's grandparents and that she lived up in Carrington. Justice didn't say anything to according to the guy that gave her a ride, she didn't say anything about her baby. She said she had been out living by a slough for the last few days, and he gave her a ride to her parents and dropped her off, or to her grandparents. The grandparents reported to us in an interview that she showed up. She wasn't wearing any clothes other than the tank top and bra. She was covered in ticks, sunburnt, and didn't have the baby with. And when they asked her where the baby was, she told them in the water. They called law enforcement, and I think an ambulance took her to the hospital in Carrington. Again, this is Detective Falk talking. Myself and Special Agent Rummel conducted an interview with her that day in the hospital. She told us that she remembers being in the Woodworth area and having vehicle trouble, and that she was at the bar, got some help from a lady at the bar, but doesn't remember anything else after that, up until walking out in a field, missing her pants, her underwear, her shoes, missing everything, and the baby was out in the field. Her vehicle was located approximately 2 miles, a mile and a half, 2 miles from where she'd been picked up, a couple of miles from where she'd been picked up. A subsequent search was started. We did locate items. The vehicle was stuck. It had driven through a farmyard. The farmer that lived there saw the vehicle on the 28th drive through his yard and then into he has a trail that goes through his crop fields. He did drive up there. He didn't see the vehicle, but he didn't go far enough where he would have seen the vehicle because the vehicle eventually got off the trail and was driving in a cornfield, between a cornfield and pasture. The vehicle got stuck or was stuck. It had gas. There was baby formula. There was water, food, some food, things like that, baby items in the vehicle. Again, Detective Falk talking here. The opposite direction of where that farm would have been from the vehicle, the farm would have been southeast of the vehicle, and it appears that Justice and the baby walked west, straight west. A car seat was found. We kind of were able to track her along where we were finding items were located. A car seat, a baby bib, bottle, a changed diaper, things like that going west of the vehicle. And then we found a spot near a body of water where it looked like somebody had spent a lot of time. Everything was trampled down and things like that. This area, it's very hilly, but if you get up on a hill, you can see 2 or 3 farms from the hills. Justice, in her initial statement, told us that the baby, she like day 4, day 3, day 4, somewhere in there. I don't recall exactly what she said, but a couple of days after being there, the baby was not waking up. and that she went into the water and was splashing water on the baby to revive him, and that the slough she was by was really muddy, and when she walked back up, she didn't have the baby anymore. We asked her if the baby was dead. She said yes. We asked her specifically if the baby was in the water. She said yes. We continued our search. We did not locate the baby. We also found her pants, her underwear, her shoes, all along this trail going west of this pickup. Detective Falk says, on day 2, I did another phone interview with Justice, and in this one she said the baby didn't die in the water. She said the baby died in her arms. She said she had gone down to the water, splashed water on the baby to try and revive him, but she couldn't revive, and he died in her arms, and that she then went up to the shore and she placed the baby in the reeds next to a body of water. Detective Falk still talking. Having been out there, I wasn't out there the first time I spoke to her. I was out there the second time. Having been out there, now I have more landmarks, so when I talked to her, we narrowed down the slough. She basically guided us right to where the body of the baby was then found. Initially, Justice stated she hadn't used meth for a couple of days. I did an interview yesterday, I believe it was, with her, and where she admitted that she had bought meth from. She worked for the carnival, and she bought meth from an individual that works at the carnival as well, or actually that her boyfriend Jason bought the meth for both of them, and that she had shot up. She's an intravenous user, and she shot up right before she left with a baby. She still does not know why she was living up in Woodworth, so she can't remember. Still doesn't know why she was up there, and she doesn't remember how she got stuck and any of those things. She claims she does not remember any of that. Still, Detective Falk talking. BCI did locate the individual. Her boyfriend, Jason Wild, also corroborated that story, that the day she went missing, he went and bought meth off an individual from the carnival. BCI yesterday did locate that vehicle, did end up doing a subsequent search and located some meth. That individual admitted that Jason, on the day she went missing, did try to buy meth off him, but he wouldn't. Claimed he didn't sell it to him. This is now State's Attorney, Mr. Fremgen. Very good. Thank you. Cause of death, autopsy. Detective Falk says preliminary autopsy results are died of malnutrition. The court says, all right, and the baby was how old? Detective Falk, 4 months. The court, and has it been confirmed that Justice Lange had methamphetamine in her system, or you don't know yet? Detective Falk. I don't have medical records, but usually it only stays in your system like 4 days, and she was out there longer than that. The judge says, all right. Detective Falk. So I don't know that she did admit to using meth the day of. The judge. Did she have any explanation for why she was so disoriented? That even after 3 days she didn't really know what she was doing or what to do? Detective Falk. She said that she thought somebody was coming for her. The judge. She was under some kind of delusional thinking. All right. Anything further, Deputy? Detective Falk. No, Your Honor. The judge then says, Mr. Fremgen, who is the State's Attorney, is there any questions you'd wish to ask of the witness? Mr. Fremgen. Deputy Falk, the location of the slough is in Stutsman County, correct? Detective, that's correct. Fremgen, and about how many days do you think it was that Justice Lange was out in the country? Detective Falk, from June 28th to July 6th. The court, she was missing that entire time? Detective Falk, yes. Mr. Fremgen, does she have any indication of where she got food or water, or if she did? Detective Falk, she said she drank water from the slough. The judge, and there was food in the pickup still that she walked away from? Detective Falk, The judge, all right. Anything else, Mr. Fremgen? No, thank you. The court, all right. Based on the deputy's testimony, I will find there's probable cause for the charges. I'm Neil Carlson reporting for iNews.TV.